and welcome to my channel. My name is Angelina and today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. So I have 10 books to talk to you all about today. They are all books that I plan on reading in the month of October. Some are for some potential video ideas that I want to do, but overall I kind of just picked books off of my TBR that I was just in the mood to read. A lot of them fit the spooky October vibe, so let's get into them. So of course the first book I'm putting on my TBR is ZomRomCom by Olivia Dade. This is one I am so excited to get to, and it just sounds like it's gonna be such a fun time. We are following our main character who ends up teaming up with her neighbor during the zombie apocalypse, and her neighbor turns out to be a vampire, and that just seems like so much fun. And I just love Olivia Dade's writing. I really enjoy her books and her humor, so I am really excited to get to this one. The next one is a daunting one, and that is House of Leaves. This book is infamous on the internet for being this weird, hard to read horror story. I believe it's like a haunted house type story, but I do know it has like some really weird like pages and stuff in it, so I'm really excited to see what all this book is about. And it's a very polarizing book. People either really love it or really hate it, so I'm really excited to see what I think about this one, but it is a bit of a chunkier one. It's definitely like a heavy book, but yeah, very daunting, but still excited. Next up is a book I believe I had on my fall TBR, and that is A Botanical Daughter. I still have not gotten to this one yet, even though I really want to, but this one is a queer Frankenstein retelling, and it has plant horror in it. And plant horror is my favorite kind of horror, so I'm very excited to read this one. Next up is Lost Gods by Brom, who is an author I've heard so many people talk about, not for this specific book, but one of his other books. But this is the one that I have, and it's kind of like a fantastical horror in that it deals with a purgatory. I don't know much besides that, but it has these really creepy but gorgeous illustrations in it, so that makes me even more excited to get to this book. Next up we have Never Whistle at Night, which is an anthology of Indigenous horror stories, and this book just has a lot of authors in it that I really enjoyed books from before, so I'm excited to give this one a try. I do know that anthologies are always polarizing, but I do just love to see what stories stick out with me the most. And yeah, this is one I've heard a lot of good things about, so I'm really excited to give it a try. And we have another chunkier book, and that is The Reformatory by Tananaridu. And this is a horror author who I have not read from before, but I know it is a very beloved horror author in the horror community. So this book takes place in Florida during the Jim Crow era, and it's following a boy who gets sent to this reformatory, and some scary things happen. I don't know too much besides that, but I've heard so many great things about this book, and I'm really excited to see what everyone loves about this book. Next we have The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. I really enjoy T. Kingfisher's horror. I have not read all of them yet. Obviously I have not read this one, but I am slowly making my way through them. And yeah, I don't know anything about this one, but again, I love T. Kingfisher, so I am really excited to get to this one. Next up, we have Mary by Nat Cassidy, and Nat Cassidy is an author I just recently read another book from, The Nestlings, and that book was a 5-star read, so that makes me very excited to get to this one, although I've heard that they are very different. But this one is following our main character, Mary, who I believe is going through menopause and is going through all like these changes, and she ends up having these very vivid visions of a serial killer. I just heard so many great things about the story, and obviously I had a 5-star read from this author before, so that makes me very excited to get to this one. The next one I have is Hour of the Pumpkin Queen, and this is actually a sequel that I didn't know was happening, and the sequel is also by a different author, which made me very curious to pick it up. It also has these really gorgeous sprayed edges, but let me go grab the first book. So the first book is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw, who is an author that I really enjoy. Specifically when I was reading young adult books, I was absolutely obsessed with this author's works. So obviously I'm a big fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas. So when I saw that this book was coming out by a favorite author, I had to pick it up. but I had no clue that there was going to be a second one. So I'm very curious, but also a little skeptical. Also, I have never heard of this author before, Megan Shepherd, or read any of her books, obviously, but I am still very curious, big Nightmare Before Christmas fan, so I do still want to read it and get back into this world. And the last book I'm adding to my TBR is The Keeper of Night, and this is another one I had on a previous TBR. I believe it was also my fall TBR, but I still have not read it, so it is going on this one. And this is a YA fantasy. Again, I don't read too much YA fantasy, but I have this book on my TBR. I'm not sure why or when I picked this one up, but I have heard really good things about this one, and it is following our main character who ends up fleeing to the Japanese underworld and serving the goddess of death. So that sounds amazing. It sounds like so much fun. It definitely sounds like a darker fantasy, so I'm excited to see what this one brings to the table. But those are the 10 books that I plan on reading in October. Let me know if you have read any of the books I've mentioned and what books you're planning to read in October. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!